Razer just did enough. Suffix. Sketch intercepting early. Hypnotics again with a nice block. Gets a follow-up touch, and it really does look like time's running out for iNTACT. Suffix dropping down. Sketch again. They're just killing time, and it is 0 seconds, and that is a final goal from Seema there.
Yeah, Seema just picking up a little bit of a stat pad there just to increase his score. But Godalions, yeah, shutting this game out a lot better than they did the last time. I mean, taking it from a 3-2 result to a 5-2. They're definitely looking a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident in their own abilities right at the end of the game.
Yeah, they had a lapse moment there where the 2 goals did come back, but they did finish out that game a lot better than the last. So let's see what's going to go down in Game 3. Game 3 about to get underway. Godalions are 2 up in the series. Do iNTACT have a response? Starting off strong here. Razer with the car change, moving on to the Fennec now. Seema in his trusty breakout. Trying to push towards center. Sketches in the middle. Faded there. Also on the Fennec. Ends up getting a nice clear. So maybe a little bit of a tactic switch for iNTACT here. Seema. Good clear. He has some time. Brings it towards the left side of the pitch. Faded with an early interception. Sketch, nice control touch. Doesn't get the second flick though. Suffix also on the Batmobile, so a complete card change all round for iNTACT. So maybe tactical, maybe just a preference, who knows. Faded. Moves the ball up the field. Hypnotics meets it. Suffix there, just got beaten out by Seema, and it has fallen all the way through, and it's 1-0 to Godalions.
Yeah, that's really opportunistic stuff from Seema there. Gets a great beat onto Suffix there, who wasn't ready. And Razer a little bit too far forwards as third man, a bit too far to the side, and he can't quite catch it. And Godalions are going to get a free goal for 1-0.
Yeah, I feel like Razer didn't have any awareness of Seema coming in that early. I feel like he could have got a jump out for the block. Or Suffix, sorry, I should say, didn't have any awareness. And Razer ended up getting caught out at the back there. But it seems that Godalions are in this favoured position again. However, it's still early days. Hopefully, iNTACT have some sort of response. Suffix clears it out onto the ball. He still has control. Nice touch around Seema as well. Can he put this into the middle? Flicks it across, goes for the bump. Sketch out with the early clear. Now Seema. Onto Hypnotics. Double tap opportunity. Faded with the clear there. Another touch from him. Net is wide open, but Seema makes it back. Double commit there off Razer and Faded. They did win it though. Seema. Back involved again. Gets the clear. Faded. Suffix dropped down. Almost making contact with Faded again. That would have been a lovely goal. Very good try from iNTACT here. Looking a lot more positive in this game 3. Faded. Out with the clear again. Sketch has some time. Pass to Hypnotics. Good interception from Suffix. Nice read from him. What can he do here? Hasn't got too much boost there. Fakes out. Few of the players though. Dropping down. They're not ready. And Faded slots it home.
Yeah, I noticed iNTACT's offense is looking a lot more confident this game. I mean, we saw that attempted drop down onto the Faded, who was still in the air earlier on, and a little pass with the back, but they're being so much more aggressive because they know they need to score some goals if they're going to be conceding as many as they have been in the past few games. And the car change as well, looking to replicate, with the Div 1 playoff champions with the Fennec there. So we'll see how it ends up going for them. They're looking a lot more comfortable.
Oh yes, I mean they're taking a page out of your book here. Clearly, as soon as you switched to that pink Fennec, you just started slotting them in like it was nothing. So hopefully they can do the same here. But really looking much more positive, as you said, from iNTACT. However, Sketch has something to say about it. Drops it off the bar there, not very convincing from the iNTACT defense. Seema coming across, that backboard's hit again, but Safix is there to clear. Not much boost on him though. Sketch with an early interception. Faded. Pushes out for the clear. It's not done yet though. Hypnotic's coming back in. He has some boost. Doesn't win out on that 50 though. Razor with the clear. Seema with an uncharacteristic miss there. He's been pretty much on top of it for the last 3 games. Faded. Cutting in from a Hypnotic shot there. Razor. Safix with the touchdown. Sketch reads it just about. Sketch tries to put it out. Big bump from Razor coming in there, and the positioning of Godalions this game is very different to last. So maybe iNTACT have kind of got the number a bit so far. But let's see if it can pay off into a goal. Faded. Onto the field. Hypnotics. Putting it onto the backboard. The goal is wide open. Faded recovers. Hypnotics across again. Double commit on the clear. Will they be punished for it? Looks like they made it out okay. Sketch. No boost there. Faded knew that and went for the early challenge. Seema grabs the second. Safix across to Razor. This is more like it from iNTACT. Back to Safix. Comes up. Double commit on the backboard. Can Faded capitalise? Across to Razor. Lovely pass. Good shot. Just too high. Safix again into the middle. It's a bit of a role reversal this game. Seems like iNTACT have really taken control of that midfield. Up to the top there, dropping down awkwardly. And Safix drop it in. Double tap. Oh, so close. Wonderful save from Sketch. Just couldn't squeeze that home. Sketch though with a lovely flick. Off that backboard. Hypnotics to follow. And Safix just about makes the save. And Faded goes for the clear. Savvy is really lit up in this game.
Yeah, we're seeing so much more aggression from iNTACT here. I've noticed that Godalions, they're sitting back a lot more than they have in the previous games, and iNTACT are almost punishing them for it time and time again. They've constantly been getting these 1-touch, 2 touches away from their net, but there's no one to follow it up. We've seen a few open nets from Godalions as well, but there's no one there to convert them. And I think iNTACT are really trying to punish them for that at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like whatever iNTACT have changed in this game 3, it's throwing off Godalions, but they don't want to seem to push up the field as much as they were, and for good reason, with Razor getting some great blocks like that. Again, looking for that bump, and it seems like iNTACT are going to have control going into the final seconds. Faded. Off the wall into the centre. Razor is up. Hypnotics with a nice clear. Will that drop down? Seema wants to keep it up. Unfortunately couldn't. So we're into overtime. Here comes the kickoff. Razor ends up going with the win. Good block again from him. He has been really dominant in the attacking phase this game. Faded puts it up. Safix has enough boost to work with. Really unlucky on the redirect there. Razor keeps the pressure on. Sketch with the clear. Razor pops the stroke back. Safix pops it back in for Razor. Faded with a good touch. Closes it towards the wall. Unfortunately, the second was not as good. Pings it right across the field. Razor is there to meet it though. And then Sketch down. Safix into the centre. It's all iNTACT right now, but can they pay it off? They really need to turn this series around. Seema with the shot off the bar. Can he follow it up? Wonderful pre-jump save from Safix there. I'm not sure if it had the legs to go in, but excellent play from him. A lot of pressure here though. Razor again with another clutch bit of defense. iNTACT are looking like they're out to win this game at all costs. Nice read from Safix again. And finally it's calmed down a little bit. So what are you thinking of this first minute of overtime, Savvy? I mean, it's completely gone off the hook in this last few minutes.
It's been absolutely end-to-end, but as we bring it up, Sketch there. A little bit of a defensive mishap from iNTACT there. Sketch isn't going to complain about that. Converts the open.
Yeah.
iNTACT, they came so close time and time again with so many chances, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, it was good defense from Godalions as well. I do feel like iNTACT could have taken their chances better, but again, Faded, they're just missing off the wall clear. Really unlucky from him. He did well that game. The whole of iNTACT did. And now the pressure's on. It's match point or series point to Godalions. Let's see if they can bring it back. Game 4 and series point for Godalions. Can they close out with a complete sweep victory? It's getting pretty close to our prediction, so like I said, we've expected it so far. However, iNTACT were looking really promising right up until that final bit of overtime. So let's see, there's a last chance for them. However, Sketch coming up the field. Can he mind game him off the post? Good read from Razor again. iNTACT's defense is looking much stronger in these last two games. Safix with the fake. Seema tries to get the clear, drops it down. Faded with the early interception. Boost may be an issue here for Godalions. Safix up into the middle. Razor's there to meet it. Back off the Safix, off the backboard. Faded, whiffing that just a little. Onto the counter attack now. Hypnotics to Sketch. Safix gets the clear again. Little bump on the play there from Hypnotics. Faded there to meet it early though. Safix drops it back down. Hypnotics again up to Sketch. He is there. Seema coming up. Bit of a double commit coming through. This could cost him if Faded can make it out, but Sketch cleans it up quite quickly. Very good play from him there. Dropping down though to Razor, and the net is open into the middle, and Safix slots it in.
Yeah, Godalions, I don't know why, they seem to be getting more and more nervous as the series goes on, even though they're taking more and more games. The triple commit there, especially from Seema at the back post, looking really impatient there, really panicking. And Safix with pretty much an open net, and iNTACT are looking good. I think it's their first lead they've had all series. Yeah,
the triple commit from Godalions, I mean, you don't see that often in general, let alone in the Legends division. So that could be a first in Legends playoff history, maybe. And it does seem like Godalions are looking a little bit nervy, and I just feel like iNTACT really are bringing it to them, and they just don't know how to respond. So let's see if iNTACT can work on this lead and maybe secure it. But Faded drops down to Safix. Razor with the miss there. Safix meets it again though. Faded moves up, tries to take it to the wall. Early block from Seema. Sketch goes to meet it. Does get beaten. Razor's been pretty good on the 50s. Didn't work out for him there. Safix trying to take the ball out. Razor going to that left side. Been very dominant down the left so far. Godalions right, which way you want to look at it. Seema. In the block again. Razor does get a better clear on this. Safix has some space in the center. Tries to put it backboard. Sketch with the early clear. Razor again trying to knock it onto that backboard. Hypnotics this time meeting it. Safix again, he's getting really involved this game. Faded to the corner. Sketch. Nice block from him. Very close call there. Razor ends up getting the clear. Back to Safix. Can Razor put it back into him? Into Safix. Hypnotics there. Cutting out that pass. Pushing it up into the center. Razor needs it early. Can he get the second? Unfortunately not. Seema comes back. Faded meets it. Off the backboard. Hypnotics is there again though. Faded misses for the center. The Safix is there to clean up. Gets a nice punch. And it was too hot for Sketch. 2-0.
Yeah, I think there was a really big miscommunication here. I mean, Seema there at the front post, I'm not sure what went on, but it looked like he went up the wall and then couldn't quite reach it as a result of that. Really just miscommunications coming out from Godalions. It's looking very uncharacteristic of them for the past few games.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Faded as well had a little bit to play in that. After he missed that potential cross onto the backboard again, I think Seema went up for that and then he just couldn't get out in time, and it was his turn to press the ball, and then it just left both of them into the net. And then, like you said, there's two in there and the ball's coming in. There's always going to be a little bit of miscommunication there, and it was a wonderful shot from Safix though. And again here, all three are up and the net is vacant. Faded just about reaches it though. It's a fast one over to Razor, puts it backboard. Hypnotics needs to hit this. He misses, but fakes out Safix at the same time. So wasn't his desired outcome there, but it did work in the favour of Godalions. But 2-0 up with 1:37 left. I mean, I think Godalions really need to get this back if they want to close this out. iNTACT are looking very much in control of this game. Seema, Razor with a wonderful block. He's been great in the air reading this series. Can he follow it up though? Doesn't have much boost. Hypnotics to Seema on the wall already and into Sketch, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that's more like it than what we've seen from Godalions. All series long, they've been connecting these really rather intricate passing plays at times, and Seema there with a perfect left to Sketch, who bangs it in 140 kilometers per hour. That's something you don't see every day. And we're closing the lead down to 1 for iNTACT.
Yeah, I mean, he really rocketed that, and it was a wonderful pass from Seema, nice and solid. He more or less pre-jumped it too, and just put it right on the end of his car. It was great play from them. And see if they can get one more with 1:10 on the clock. Faded here takes it down, brings it to the wall, flicks it out, does beat Hypnotic, Sketches under pressure. He does well to clear that there. Sapphics does dunk him hard though. Another bump there from, oh, actually a demo from Sapphics into Razor, and that was all Sapphics there. Made it very easy for his teammate.
Yeah, that's a really fantastic counterplay from iNTACT, showing that they're not going to get put down by a little bit of class from Godalions. That's a really fantastic pass from Faded, and Razor are always going to be the defenders of the ball there. iNTACT showing to flex their muscles and make a bigger leader.
Yeah, and like I said, credit to Faded for the pass too. Very, another really good team play, just very different from the previous one we saw with Godalions, but every person had their role to play in that goal. And 3-1 up with 45 seconds left. Hopefully they can hold this out. Like I said, it's not over until it's over. Seema gets the block up to Hypnotics. Double commit there from iNTACT. Those might be kicking in, but with 30 seconds left, Godalions really need to start getting a bit more attacking, more aggressive. But Faded, lovely shot there. Hypnotics just lost control.
Yeah, and look who it is again on the back post. It's Seema and it's Sapphics chasing and getting the demo there. Faded with not an open net because Hypno was blocking him at the front, but when he's hitting it into the top shelf like that, there's not going to be anyone back to save it. So iNTACT looking like they're trying to close out game 4 here.
Oh yeah, you could put 2 players in that net and they're not going to be saving that anytime soon. And that's the difference with the Fennec. I know the hitboxes are the same, but I find that when you hit that ball, it just absolutely booms, and it's really paid off here. Razor up with the early chance, Sketch takes it down. And with a 3-goal deficit, I don't think Godalions will be able to save this one. They're going to have to think about game 5 here. Seema coming up for the seeding clear, and it's more or less all over. Can they get a final? No, they can't. 3-1 in the series now. iNTACT are clawing it back. We're going to move into game 5 in a sec. Let's see how it goes. Game 5, and iNTACT are right back in this, winning that last game quite decisively, actually. So let's see if they can follow this up. Sapphics with a really early chance here. Razor coming across and Faded just off the poster, but really nice team play from iNTACT. They're really linking up well now. Seema tries to clear, but Razor again, he's been the front man for these guys, and he's just constantly intercepting in the midfield. He really is getting one over everybody. Again, there he is. Doesn't get the follow-up. Oh, he does actually. Sapphics into the center, Sketch. Nice touch from him. Comes into the center, Sapphics with the clear. A little bit of time here for Hypnotics. Puts it onto the backboard. Razor with a good read. Sketch is up. Can he get this drop down? He's read it well. No boost, unfortunately, to turn it towards net. Seema tries to pop it up. Sapphics takes a touch. Gets a second. Can he get the third? Not much boost. Wins the 50 though. He's got one more into the middle. Faded there with a strike, very close call there. And it looks like more of the same from iNTACT. Godalions have had their moments, but so far it seems pretty much all iNTACT once again. Faded clears off the wall. Seema puts it on towards his own net. Sketch is panicking here. Can he get it out? Razor puts it into the middle. A little bit of time here. However, it is completely sequestered by Faded there. Really good pressure coming in from iNTACT so far. What are you thinking, Savvy?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking we're seeing a lot more of what we saw last game. I mean, iNTACT have been so solid so far and putting up this pressure that they just didn't have in the first 3 games. They're looking as if they picked up right where they left off, to be honest.
Yeah, it's more of the same, and Godalions have not got much of a response from it. Same as last game. They do get the clear out here, a little bit of pressure relieved. He's just going to put that over towards Sapphics. Boost is seeming more of an issue again for Intact. This is what we noticed in game 2, but Faded's in the center. And off the post, really unlucky. Razor's got the chance though. Good save from Seema. Hypnotic's going to try and bring it out now. He does have a little bit of time. Sketch is waiting in the middle. Sapphics with the clear. Faded follow-ups early, and Seema really needed to hit that. Would have been 1-0 there for Intact. Sketch puts it across. Nice angle shot from him there though. 1-0 to Godalions.
Yeah, what a beautiful shot from Sketch here. Razor can't quite get a good touch here. It's in such an awkward position, and Sketch, what an angle, what a banger into the top corner there. Sapphics can't do anything about that one.
Yeah, and Godalions are still on series points, so if they hold on to this lead, they will be our Legends Playoff champions today. Faded brings it up the field. Seema dropping down. Sketch, but Sapphics is there early. Hypnotic comes across. Good in play from him. Seema has gone up. He's just missed the ball that he wanted to return that to Hypnotics, I think. Faded pushes it up the field. Sapphics with the miss though. Hypnotics is coming up. Faded's got to read this. Well done from him. Puts it out to the corner. Seema, can he get one more into the middle? Razor, early interception. Follows it up again. Faded's still on the wall though. Sapphics here. Is he going to meet the ball? He's waiting for it to come in. And Hypnotics just off the post there. The pressure is still on though. Sketch puts it back in. Hypnotics hasn't got much boost. He has to retreat. No, he has turned. Sapphics has beaten him though. And this could be Godalions out of position, but Seema pops it right back into their corner. Coming up for Razor. Faded ends up meeting it. Sapphics with the clear. A little bit of a bump on his own teammate from Sketch there. Razor's coming through. Godalions seem a bit out of position, but Razor doesn't have the boost to capitalise. Faded does though, puts it into the middle. He is now also out of boost, and I think the management overall from Godalions this game has definitely starved the Intact side out a little bit, just like we saw in the previous matches. Seema's up super early there. Can't push it into the net. Nice centre from Hypnotics. No one's there to meet it though. And the pressure's gone straight back onto Intact here. Godalions have really taken back control in this game. Sketch gets beaten by Sapphics. Seema to push it back towards his own net. We saw that a couple of times last game, but Hypnotics is there to meet it this time. Puts it into the middle of the Sketch. Nice touch from him off the backboard. Razor with the early clear again. He's reading this attacking threat really well throughout the series so far. And with a minute left, what do Intact need to do, Savvy?
Yeah, they need to just bring up that pressure that they've had. I mean, Sapphics has noticeably been involved in all the play so far. They need to not be conceding goals like that. Hypnotics extends the lead to 2. But as I was going to say, Sapphics has been constantly getting these bumps and demos all series long when Intact has been scoring. He just hasn't been able to find them this game. With a little bit of rotational lapse there, Godalions are going to punish Intact.
Yeah, and rightly so. I mean, like I said, they're moving up the field a little bit more now, but they have kind of gone back to their old ways a little, and they're playing right into Godalions' hands. And with 2-0, with 45 seconds on the clock, the Intact side really have to sort themselves out here. Sapphics does bring it up the field, though. Faded into the corner, does get the read on the block, raises up for Seema, and he has dropped it down, and it's 2-1, 30 seconds left, and this is hotting up.
Yeah, that's that little bit more aggressive play that we like to see from Intact. Faded just throwing himself at the ball, and rightly so, because Hypno's in a really awkward position there. And with that kind of bounce, I don't think the defender's ever going to beat the attacker to the ball, and Razor with one of the easiest shots he's going to have this series.
Definitely, and Razor had all the faith in Faded there to block that shot, and I don't think Seema anticipated the block to be that heavily in Intact's favour. Hypnotics does miss off the wall, and in comes the Sapphics off the bar though, but followed up by Razor, and it's all equal with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, so much panic from Godalions, right in such a clutch situation as well. I mean, the double commit from Hypno and Seema, they're jumping for it, and then Sketch just has no chance of getting the ball. Razor again, finding the back of the net, really clinical shooting there, and we're all tied up here in Game 5.
Yeah, Godalions, again, very uncharacteristic, just kind of hopping around in the box. We saw the triple commit from them last game, and defensively, they haven't been as consistent as they'd like, I don't think. They're Faded with the miss, but Razor cleans it up. Sketch comes across. I think the net is relatively open. No, Faded had tracked back very well there. Seema puts the pressure on. There's still a bit of time left. Can they do it? No, it drops straight down, and we are into overtime. And it's all to play for here. It's been a pretty even game, this one, not really going in anyone's favour. You could say Godalions did have it all to play for, but unfortunately they lost their lead. And now dropping down. Razor with the clear. Safix comes out for the cross and doesn't get it, and Sketch puts it into the bottom left, and that is it.
Yeah, that'll be it for your Legend of Insema there with a great pass off the wall. Sketch up so early there. Safix and Razor just not ready at all. Perfect placement there to get it past the defenders, and once again, Sketch taking the overtime for Godalions, as we saw earlier in the season.
Yeah, he stepped up there as and when he was needed, and that is 4-1. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's 4-1 actually from Godalions. So you do take the prediction victory today. No, I do. What am I talking about? Yeah, I'm taking
Yeah,
it away
that
from
was your
myself.
prediction.
Yeah, the 4-1 victory. So I'll claim that. My track record isn't great. I don't think I got one in the last playoff series, but I did. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, Godalions are our ECC Legends Division playoff champions. Congratulations to them. Everyone played really well today, though. iNTACT did look like they were going to get back into it. They brought it back from 2-0 down in this game we've just watched, but unfortunately it didn't play out for them. And GG's to Faded 2 in particular for subbing in at the last minute. And they put up a good fight, didn't they, Zoe?
Yeah, definitely. I was really impressed with how Faded showed up. He definitely played some great Rocket League here, and really impressed by how they turned up, although not enough, unfortunately, as Godalions were so efficient at times with a little bit of some shaky situations in there too.